When applying pesticides to small areas, a backpack sprayer or handheld sprayer is often the right tool for the job. These sprayers typically hold just 1 to 4 gallons of spray solution, making them convenient and maneuverable for targeted areas. When preparing to mix pesticide products, you may find that the label instructions on the particular product you are planning to use are based on larger application areas and larger volumes of spray solution than what your job requires. University of New Hampshire has developed a series of worksheets to help you convert rates designed for large areas to equivalent rates for smaller areas. Products also differ in how mixing rates are presented. A product label may tell you how much to mix per gallon, per acre, per 1,000 square feet, or other variations. Choose the worksheet from this series that matches the label rate format for the product you are working with. No matter which mixing rate the product requires, you'll be able to create your particular spray solution following a simple 3-step process. 1. Determine how much total spray solution you will need. 2. Determine how much product you will need mixed into your spray solution. And 3. Mix the amount of product needed with the appropriate amount of water to prepare the correct total amount of spray solution. As with any application, record keeping is an essential and required part of any program. A good management practice is to record information on the equipment you'll be using, as well as the application rates and amounts for future reference. In this video, we will be using the worksheet designed for label rates that are presented as an amount of product per multiple gallons of spray solution. Commonly, rates are presented as an amount per 5, 10, 100, or 500 gallons, but this worksheet will work for products with rates represented as any number of gallons and will work with both liquid and dry products. We'll move through the worksheet together using an example product rate of 25 pounds of product per 100 gallons of spray solution. Step 1 is determining the total amount of spray solution that will be required. First, you will need to calibrate your sprayer based on the specific application instructions on your product label in order to determine how much spray solution you will be applying over the type of terrain you will be spraying. The University of New Hampshire has created a series of video programs and worksheets to help you properly calibrate your sprayer. In our example, we are spraying a vegetable bed with a product whose label instructions are to spray to the point of runoff. Calibration of our specific equipment over this terrain tells us that we will use 48 gallons of spray solution per acre to achieve this coverage. Next, we need to know the size of the area we will be spraying. In this example, our vegetable bed measures 6 feet by 125 feet for a total of 750 square feet. To determine how much spray solution it will take to spray this area, take the 48 gallons per acre of sprayer delivery and multiply that by the amount of square footage in the proposed area, which is 750. This gives us 36,000, which we'll divide by 43,560, the square footage in an acre. This comes to 0.83 gallons of total spray solution needed to cover the proposed area. Step 2. We need to determine the proper amount of product to be mixed into the spray solution. First, convert the label rate to pounds of product required per gallon of spray solution. In our example, the label rate is 25 pounds per 100 gallons. Therefore, divide 25 by 100 for a converted rate of 0.25 pounds per gallon. Next, multiply this rate by the gallons of spray solution needed to treat the target area. In our example, we calculated that we would need 0.83 gallons of spray solution. So multiply 0.25 by 0.83 for a total of 0.2 pounds of product. When recording these values on your worksheet, be certain to record the measurement units, ounces, pounds, tablespoons, etc. For step 3, we will mix our spray solution. Here, weigh out 0.2 pounds of product. Because the amount of product is so small, it may be easier to convert from pounds to ounces for a more accurate measurement. Because there are 16 ounces in a pound, multiply the 0.2 pounds by 16 for a total of 3.2 ounces of product. To mix the spray solution, add approximately half the total volume of water needed to your spray tank. Then add the precise amount of product needed. Then, while agitating the tank to thoroughly mix the solution, add the remaining water. For this example, add water to bring the total volume to 0.82 gallons. Making efficient and effective applications begins with a proper mix of chemical products based on the rate provided on the product label and choosing the appropriate worksheet to determine the solution formula. With accurate calculations, you won't need to be concerned with leftover product or spray, since the proper amount will be prepared and completely used for the application. When you're finished, remember to thoroughly clean and store your sprayer, as well as your measuring and mixing tools. For further information about best management practices for backpack and handheld sprayer usage, visit the University of New Hampshire website to review our video programs.